very good evening to you and welcome to KUTV Weekend Live. This is, of course, the only place where we bring you up to speed with what is and has been happening in the country and beyond our borders. But first, the highlights. President Uhuru Kenyatta officially commissions the Nairobi Expressway. Politics continues to take center stage in the country as various political rivals intensify campaigns countrywide. The National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, NACADA, urges the youth to avoid alcohol and drug abuse during elections. And it was a ladies' affair at the final leg of the Safaricom Golf Tour as ladies bagged the most victories. Right, welcome to the broadcast. I'm in the company of Sharon Wamboi, a sign language interpreter, and I go by the name Daphne Orina. Let's get started. President Uhuru Kenyatta has officially commissioned the Nairobi Expressway. The Moja Expressway Company, which manages the road, has said that the road will be available for use once it is officially launched. The expressway had been closed on Saturday following a lapse in the trial period, which had commenced on May 14th and culminated on the 30th of July, and was meant to assess the project and establish what needs to be done to enable effective service delivery. A number of accidents have, however, been reported on the highway during the trial phase, especially at the Mlolongo toll station. While launching the project, Uhuru said it is a fundamental overhaul of government. The government can use the Triple P model to bridge infrastructure deficits.
The Nairobi Expressway will undoubtedly enhance not only the experience of our own citizens, but will also enhance the experience of all those visitors, investors, tourists, and others by giving them an unforgettable traffic-free first impression in a captivating drive that perfectly juxtaposes the beauty of nature mixed with modernity.
Elsewhere, President Uhuru Kenyatta has refuted the claims of his deputy William Ruto that he was planning to assassinate his political opponents before the August 9th general elections. Uhuru, who has engaged publicly with his deputy in an exchange of words, has said that he has every right as any Kenyan who is free to vote for anyone in the elections. Bentura Kwamboka tells us more.
The public spat between Deputy President William Ruto and President Uhuru Kenyatta is getting hotter by the day towards the August general elections. Recently, President Kenyatta has continued to respond in regards to Ruto's statement that he is conspiring to harm him during his campaign and electioneering period.
Mtu, including myself, ako na uhuru wa kupigia debe yoyote ambaye anataka. Kwa hivyo, unapigia huyu, mwingine anampigia huyu, mwingine anapigia huyu. Uamuzi utakuwa wa wananchi.
This is days after Deputy President William Ruto savagely attacked President Uhuru Kenyatta in Kapsabet, Nandi County on Friday while addressing residents in a rally, saying he has no gratitude for his assistance that he has accorded him to ascend into presidency in 2013 and 2017, while at the same time claiming there are conspiracies to destroy him and his children.
Hata kama utake kukubali, wewe hungekuwa rais kama bila sisi. Na hiyo ni ukweli. Ni kweli ama si kweli? So, tafadhali my friend. Sasa hakuna haja ya wewe kuanza kufanya mikutano ati unataka kukwamisha mambo ya uchaguzi. Unataka kutuletea furugu kwa uchaguzi. Wewe umeanza mikutano ya usiku, unataka kufuruga matokeo ya uchaguzi. Bwana Rais, tafadhali.
Speaking in Mihango, Embakasi East today, where he was officially opening the expanded Eastern Bypass Road, the president has said that he has no bad will with his deputy.
Kuna haja ya matusi, kuna haja ya kuingilia watu. Sasa wakati naenda kupatiana serikali na sina uwezo, ndio niko na time ya kukutafuta. Piga story yako, uza sera zako, wachana na mimi. Mimi nafanya kazi yangu, nimalize. Nyinyi muende muombe kura. Wananchi wakiwapatia sawa, wakiwanyima, twende nyumbani pamoja. Shida iko wapi?
However, the president has called on Kenyans to maintain peace before and after the general elections, which are expected to be held next week.
As you all know, in a week's time, we will be exercising our constitutional right to choose a new administration. I want to urge all of us to maintain peace during the remaining campaign period and on and after the date of the election.
President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy have for a while now been tugging words at each other in public, while their relationship seems to be deteriorating even more after the president was seen supporting Raila Odinga in the succession matrix. Bentura Komboka, KUTV.
And to weekend politics, Kenya Kwanza's presidential candidate, Deputy President William Ruto, took his campaign convoy to Nandi and Vihiga counties, where he emphasized the importance of choosing leaders who know the problems they are facing and has appropriate solutions to resolve those glitches. Ruto once again urged President Uhuru Kenyatta to distance himself from the electoral process, reminding him that as the president, it is his duty to ensure elections goes on smoothly and peacefully.
Kenya's flag bearer William Ruto, while on a campaign tour of Vihiga and Nandi counties, called upon residents of the region to vote to the last man for him and all Kenya Kwanza aspirants, while also urging President Uhuru Kenyatta to refrain from using his authority to interfere with the upcoming general election.
Bwana Rais, waja kutukasirikia. Tumekubali wewe unaweza kwenda kufanyia campaign huyo jamaa wa kitendawili, no problem. Unaweza kwenda kumfanyia campaign. Lakini tafadhali Rais, musitumie machief na wafanyikazi wa serikali kuvuruga uchaguzi wa Kenya.
On his main rival Raila Odinga, Ruto did not mince his words, terming him a state project and Uhuru Kenyatta's puppet, and ridiculed their complaints about Kenya's electoral body, IEBC. He also doubled down by blaming the handshake for Kenya's high cost of living.
Ule mjamaa hana mpango na hana sera. Na ndio mimi nataka niwaambie, sio kumuonea, hana mpango. Na nilikuwa na maswali mingi, nilikuwa namngojea. Nilikuwa nimemngojea huyo mzee akatoroka.
The deputy president promised that if elected, his administration will invest 200 billion shillings in the leather and textile industries, as well as value addition programs that will create new employment opportunities for the youth.
As Kenya Kwanza, we are saying we have a Marshall Plan on dealing with the big crisis of unemployment. And we have said we are going to deploy 200 billion shillings every year so that we can grow our textile, our leather, our wood industries, manufacturing, agro-processing, value addition, and housing, so that we can give an opportunity to the young people of our country to have jobs, to do business, so that they can use their talent, their knowledge, their energy in building our country.
While at a church service in the region, William Ruto urged Kenyans to be prayerful for peace and serenity before, during, and after the election. Leaders allied to William Ruto rallied around their presidential candidate, urging the masses not to feel obligated to vote for Raila Odinga, as was previously the norm, as he does not have their best interests at heart.
Sisi kama Kenya Kwanza, ndugu zangu, tumetembea Kenya mzima, na hapa Trans Nzoia na watolea kofia, kwa sababu Trans Nzoia mko mbele. Ule mzee wa kuzimia hana kura hapa.
tunataka wale wana tabia ya kukimbia kotini wahesabu hiyo kura, alafu washindwe kuenda wapi? Kotini. Si unajua wale mimi nasema? Si unawajua? Wale wanatoroka debate. Wale wa remote control ndio hao. Sisi tunasema hao tunataka waende nyumbani. Moja akienda Gatundu na mwingine anaenda Bondo.
With the country inching closer and closer to the August 9th polls, only time will tell where the region's true allegiance lies. Irongo Kagodha, KUTV, Nairobi.
Still on the corridors of politics, the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition today took their vote-hunting mission to Nandi and Uasin Gishu counties, holding a major rally at the 64 Stadium in Eldoret. Odinga and his team have urged for voters to avoid leaders who have been associated with corruption and that he would fully deliver on all his promises. Samuel Mwaka reports.
The race to the 9 August polls is accelerating, with only 8 days left to the D-Day. Azimio flag bearer Raila Odinga and his running mate Martha Karua settling for Nandi and Uasin Gishu counties to sell their agenda. Odinga, speaking at the event, promised to industrialize the area, improve education and agriculture if elected president come 9 August.
Kwa hivyo tunataka sisi kama Wakenya mpaka tuamue tarehe 9. Ukipita kura kwa wale wengine umechagua ufisadi. Mambo yataendelea vile iko. Things are as usual. Ukitaka ukombozi, upande gani? Upande gani? Upande gani? Upande gani?
Odinga's running mate Martha Karua took on the Deputy President William Ruto over his claims that his family was in danger. She also termed the Azimio coalition as the best fit team to lead the country.
Lakini tunaonya viongozi wote tuwe waangalifu na matamshi yetu isiwe ni ya kupotosha Wakenya. Tusichochee mambo ya uchochezi ya kuleta furugu, hatutaki Kenya.
Odinga also asked the Kenya Kwanza running mate Rigathi Gachagua to quit the race over his recent corruption case that saw him lose 2 million Kenya shillings to the state. With only 6 days remaining before the official campaign period comes to a conclusion, the Azimio team is increasingly seeking support across the country while insisting that the solution of Kenya's problems lies with them. Mwaka Samuel, KUTV.
Elsewhere, Suna East Member of Parliament Junet Mohammed has today dismissed a purported secret audio recording that linked him to election rigging plans with the help of a top-ranking official at the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC. The Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Secretary General asked the public to ignore the recording, stating that it was a tactic by the competitors to stain their reputation ahead of the August polls. He accused the rivals of using the audio to garner sympathy votes ahead of the August 9th polls and asked the investigative agencies to move swiftly and launch investigations into the matter. The recording was published online by UDA politicians who included Kimilili MP Didmas Barasa and former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko. Now, the National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, NACADA, during a youth forum in Kilifi, called on the youth to be sober and avoid being used by politicians during the electioneering period. The agency said the youth had a key role in ensuring peaceful elections.
Tuache hiyo tabia, administrators.
NACADA chairperson Professor Mabel Mbuga has urged the youth to make sure that Kenya is peaceful before, during and after the August 9 general election by preaching peace in their neighborhoods and places of work.
Make sure that our country is peaceful because we have nowhere else to go. Hapa ni nyumbani. Yeah? Your neighbor is your friend.
The Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Victor Kyoma, at the same time urged politicians to desist from misusing the youth for their selfish political ambitions. He added that the agency had visited 8 counties considered as hotspots during elections to urge youth leaders to join hands with NACADA in keeping peace during the campaigns and elections.
Tumekuwa na engagement kama hii kwa county hii ni ya 8 sasa leo hii. Na sababu yake ni kuwa tuzungumze na vijana, viongozi wa vijana, na tuwaulize watuunge mkono katika kuweka amani wakati huu tunapoingia kwa campaigns zile moto pamoja na kwenda kupiga kura.
On his side, Mr. George Karisa, NACADA's Coast Regional Coordinator, proposed that bars and other alcohol-selling outlets be closed on the event of the elections, urging the alcohol licensing authorities and agents across the country to ensure that all alcohol dealers adhere to lay down laws and regulations.
Pendekezo langu ni kwamba ikiwa itawezekana serikali ya ugatuzi ambayo inahusika na mambo ya ku-license alcohol selling outlets, kwa hiyo siku tu wawapatie watu, waseme tu watu wapumzike, wakatumie vileo vyao wakiwa nyumbani, ndo at least kusitokee fujo.
Leaders have been warned against using the youth to cause chaos, adding that the law will be applied ruthlessly against such leaders, and a call for complete ban on the sale of alcohol on the event of the elections to avoid chaos has been issued.
Viongozi pia, sheria pia itafanya kazi yake. Hatuwezi sema tumesuspend sheria juu ni wakati wa uchaguzi. Ukipatikana hata kama wewe ni kiongozi, wewe unajaribu kupea pombe vijana, kupea bangi vijana, sheria itachukua mkondo wake.
With the election period just around the corner, necessary precautions are being put in place to enable the engineering of a peaceful election come August 9. Kanana Kithinji, KUTV.
Thank you, Kanana. Now, Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha today commissioned new competency-based curriculum classrooms at Reverend Musagitao Secondary School in Kikuyu, Kiambu County. The CS also commissioned a CBC classroom at Alliance Boys High School in the same county. Magoha's remarks during his inspection tour in Nandi County revealed that the Phase 2 classrooms constructions were at 50% across the country. Switching gears to matters health, today 23 people have tested positive for COVID-19 from a sample size of 1,962 tested in the last 24 hours. The positivity rate is now at 1.2%. Total confirmed positive cases therefore stand at 337,622. 80 people have recovered, and therefore the number of total recoveries rises to 331,415. No patient has succumbed to the disease, sustaining cumulative fatalities at 5,672. Well, at that, we take a fast break. Don't go too far. We still have a lot in store for you.
Technology is infiltrating every sector of life, this by giving you convenience as well as cutting down on time wastage. Today we talk about Rebecca.
As we spoke to more people about the idea that we had, so this is basically word of mouth. We're speaking to people about what we're thinking of doing, not necessarily saying we're doing this, it's just asking like, what challenges do you have when you're going to a salon or looking for a salon?
The client, you sitting back at home, having the stylist coming to your home, sitting watching your TV, doing your work at home. I think it's more convenient, and you enjoy being at your comfortable home.
The percentage in which government is giving opportunities to this specific type of groups under the AGPO, like what percentage has the government given?
No, but like I said, you see, when a budget is done for every year, every ministry will be able to place their budget for it. But whatever is given to them, 30% of the budget for that ministry is dedicated to AGPO. 30%. So if let's assume, for instance, that a ministry is given 2 billion, for instance. Now, 30% of 2 billion would be about 600,000? 600 million. That will be dedicated to AGPO. And therefore, when you go to a ministry, as a young person, as a person living with disability, 600 million is actually meant for you.
This is The Agenda with Benturo Komboka and Colonel Retired Cyrus Oguna.
Karibu kwenye mitindo ya kipwani.
Nguo yangu wasenesi magire mtuzeha sana nenda finira chechemekwe. Nguo yangu wasenesi magire mtuzeha.
Yaani unavyoona basi niko kipwani pwani tu.
Wali unapopika inatakana uko half cooked.
Bageri. Niko katika kaunti ya Kilifi, magavazi ya Gede.
Stream live mitindo ya kipwani on our KUTV Facebook page every Saturday 4 p.m.
Karate is one of the most dynamic of all martial arts. A well-trained karateka is able to coordinate the body and the mind, thereby unleashing tremendous physical power at will. Today, we meet young boys and girls learning about the sport.
Right, welcome back. Let's now take a look at some agribusiness news. A petition on the ban of illegal donkey slaughter has been filed by donkey owners in the country after an upsurge in the number of lost donkeys. Donkey Owners Nairobi County Association Chairman Stephen Kamwiru has called on the government to hasten the fight in the ongoing trend that has affected the livelihoods of farmers.
Donkey owners in rural Nairobi County have raised complaints on the emergence of illegal donkey slaughter in neighboring Machakos, Nyandarua and other counties, fearing that the trend might extend into the city. The government had termed donkey slaughter as illegal in 2020, where later in 2021, the court allowed specific areas to slaughter donkeys, like in Lamu. However, currently donkey owners have filed a petition asking for the ban of the slaughter since they depend on them to earn a living. The donkey farmers from Githunguri group say that donkeys have helped in various activities like family provision.
Vitu ni mingi ambavyo punda imetusaidia pale mahali ambapo naishi.
Wakati ule kazi iko chini, ninaweza kupata hata 400, 300, kitu kama hiyo, na inakuwa ni msaada kwetu.
Nimeuza maji na hiyo imenisaidia kwa manufaa mengi. Nimenunua pikipiki yangu pale na ni juu ya punda. Nyumba nalipa sababu ya punda. Kwa hivyo punda kwangu punda iko na manufaa na nailinda kama venye naweza jilinda mimi mwenyewe.
However, the farmers have also complained that due to reduced rainfall, causing less grass has led to the thinning of donkeys to an extent they cannot carry huge loads.
Vile hakuna mvua tunateseka. Hata leo asubuhi ndivyo nilikuwa najiuliza nitakuwa nanunua nyazi ama nitatafuta vijana niwaandike wanileteage nyazi na magunia.
Donkey Owners Chairman Nairobi County Stephen Kamwiru called upon the security organs to be alert and prevent further cases of donkey slaughtering.
Kwa hivyo tunasema hako kadogo kamebakia, serikali tuangalilie, pia mkulima akiangalia punda yake, kwa sababu ishinjio ilichinjwa zile sinaenda humuhumu.
Farmers have also been advised to join groups where they can access feeds from the counties less affected by drought. Nyambura Kabura, KUTV.
More than 15,000 households in Taita Taveta, Nyandarua and Nyeri counties have benefited from a climate-smart technology that provides clean energy in their households' cooking and also biofertilizer for their farms. Calvo Director General Eliud Kigera noted that as a research organization, they are working with farmers in 3 counties to open areas of agricultural productivity that is sustainable and clean through training them. According to him, the smart climate technology of using biodigesters will address problems of soil by reducing chemical fertilizer that is harmful to the soils, environment, and water.
Climate change, we are causing part of it. But it's also affecting us. It's affecting the farmers. It's affecting agricultural productivity, both in crops and livestock. So as a research organization, our duty is to assist the farmers to mitigate the effects of climate change. We are promoting the biodigester technology because the products of the biodigester, apart from providing energy, is providing biofertilizer that is climate smart.
Switching gears to sports, it was a ladies' affair at the final leg of the Safaricom Golf Tour as they produced a stunning performance over their male counterparts to dominate the tournament at a very colorful and thrilling event held at the Par 72 Royal Nairobi Golf Course. Elizabeth Njau, playing off handicap 25, overcame a strong field of 305 players to claim the 14th and the last leg of the Safaricom Golf Tour.
I think it takes a lot of hard work to prepare for an event like the one that was there yesterday. And as I said, I have been seeing the Club Pro, and that has impacted on my game positively.
Well, we'll leave it at that for the KUTV Weekend Live. Thank you so much for keeping us company throughout the broadcast. Now, it is paramount that we all keep peace and harmony during this electioneering period. Don't fight your neighbor just because you don't agree with whom they support. My name is Daphne Orina, and I've been in the company of Sharon Wamboi. Have yourself a good night.
Driving and riding without incidences on the road is such an amazing experience. But do you know while many road traffic crashes are avoidable, human behavior continues to be the leading cause? Speeding, lane indiscipline, drunk driving, distracted driving, failure